Alright everyone, now it's time to learn how to actually build a deck to play on Magic Online. So we're going to start off on the Mtg Goldfish homepage, probably the best way to go about building a deck. So this is the homepage of Mtg Goldfish here, and what we want to do is scroll down a little bit, and you'll see the popular series hashtag here. We're going to go to Budget Magic. So let's click Budget Magic. This is going to take us to a list of all the Budget Magic articles. I publish a new one every single week. They come in all different formats, so it's a great resource for building cheap decks, especially for Standard and Modern. So this is all the different articles. If we click on one of these, it's going to take us to an actual article page that not only has the deck list, but also videos of the deck so you can see it in action. It has a breakdown of the deck, what the cards are doing, how to play it. So it's a really good resource for budget decks. And then if you want to just see the deck list, you can go up here to Decks and then Metagame. And this is going to take us to the standard metagame. Let's click over here to Online for prices. So this is the standard metagame. Up at the top, we have all the most popular decks in the format. So we have 4-color Rally, Mardu Green. But if we scroll down, we have a whole bunch of budget decks. So these are a little different. Instead of being entire articles, if we open up one of these, you'll see this just has a little short one-paragraph intro, a link to the article where you can see the videos and all that stuff, and then the deck list itself. So we are going to scroll down, do View More here, and this is going to show us all the budget decks that have been published. So we got to pick one of these, and we're going to pick a standard one, I think. And, we don't want something too expensive. Obviously, like this one, 70 ticks. There's no way we're going to get that down into our like 10 tick or less budget. So let's look at let's go with Eldrazi Aggro here. So if we click on that, Eldrazi Aggro, it's only 5 ticks on Magic Online. So we're already in a good place for starting out, but we're going to have to make some changes. So if you scroll down, you can see the actual list. The cards pop up, the prices of the cards. But what we want to do is go down here to Edit Copy. And this is going to show us a new window. This is where we can actually make the deck our own. So we're going to enter a deck name here. Let's go with Magic Online Red Black Eldrazi. And you can add a description here if you want to remind yourself what's going on, the format, all that stuff. But what we're really interested in is this section. This is where we can change the cards in our deck. Let's click the price here from paper to online because we're working with Magic Online today. So there's the cards, there is the price. So Endless One, for example, we have 4 copies. Altogether, those 4 copies are 1.92 ticks, so just under 50 cents a copy. The main thing we got to do is Standard is in the process of rotating, so we got to change a couple things to make sure this deck is legal in the current Standard. So I can tell you right off the top of my head, Ghostfire Blade here is out. That's from Khans of Tarkir. So we got to get rid of the Ghostfire Blades. Then we need to change up the mana base a little bit. Bloodfell Caves and Nomad's Outpost are both rotating. So I'm going to switch the Bloodfell Caves to Evolving Wilds, which are legal. And then Nomad Outpost, we're going to get rid of Nomad Outpost, and we're just going to add a few more basics. So let's go up to 6 mountains and 8 swamps. And then we can click this Update Preview button, and you can see it switches the cards. There's Evolving Wilds, we have more basics. We still have a gap. We only have 71 cards in our deck altogether because we are missing those Ghostfire Blades, but that's alright, we're going to fix that. The other thing we need to change is Murderous Cut in our sideboard. Murderous Cut also is rotated, so we're going to get rid of Murderous Cut. And let's see, let's put in Grasp of Darkness as a replacement removal spell. So we'll update that. Grasp of Darkness, 2 cents for 2 copies, so a penny a piece on Magic Online. Can see it there. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. So now I'm going to show you a little bit of my deck building process. I bounce back and forth between the Mtg Goldfish website and Magic Online when I'm building my decks. So one thing we have to do, first and foremost, is find a replacement for Ghostfire Blade. That's not an option. We only got 71 cards. Ghostfire Blade isn't legal. So I'm going to jump over to Magic Online. So we're on our Magic Online homepage. We want to click on our Collection tab. So this is going to show us our collection, all the cards we own on Magic Online. The thing is, we don't really own the cards we need for Eldrazi. So here's the trick. I mentioned this in one of the earlier videos. If we click on quantity here, we can put this down to 0, and then that is going to show us all the cards on Magic Online. Since they're ghosted out here, that means they aren't in our collection, but they are available on Magic Online. So it's a good way to find cards we need for our deck. So then we can go over here to these filters. Let's filter only standard cards. And then since our deck is red and black, let's click on the black mana symbol in the red mana symbol. And this is going to show us only standard cards in the colors of red and black. So then, let's see, we're an Eldrazi deck, right? So let's type Eldrazi in here. And this is going to show us cards that somehow reference Eldrazi. Right now they're sorted by rarity. We have a few options for sorting: name, color, rarity, set and collector number. But let's go by converted mana cost, because we're an aggressive deck, so we want to see if there's any low converted mana cost Eldrazi we can use to replace that Ghostfire Blade. Well, one jumps out right away. Reaver Drone, a 2/1 for 1 mana, is exactly where you want to be in an aggro deck. So I think this needs to be in our deck one way or another. So let's jump back over to the Goldfish website, and since we're missing 4 cards, let's add in 4 Reaver Drone. And then we'll do update preview. Reaver Drone pops up in our list. 4 copies, a penny a piece. That's perfect. And overall, our deck looks pretty good. We have 2 Endless Ones, a Reaver Drone, Sludge Crawler, Forerunner of Slaughter, a Kozilek Sentinel, Dominator Drone, Nettle Drone, Vile Aggregate, and Dust Stalker. The only other thing I might change is we could use a few more 2-drops and maybe a few less 3-drops. Right now we're kind of overloaded on 3-drops and have less 2-drops. So maybe what we do is cut down on these Nettle Drones. Maybe we only want 2 Nettle Drones and add in a couple more Kozilek Sentinels just for curve considerations. Doesn't really change the price in any important way. We still have 75 cards. I think this looks pretty good for a 6-tick deck, or 6.63 ticks. So I think we're going to go with this. So what we want to do now is just click Save, and that's going to save our deck list. It tells us up here that our deck was successfully saved. So there's our list. So the thing is, right now our list is only on the Mtg Goldfish website. So we need to get this to Magic Online, and it's super easy. So all we got to do is scroll down here, click the download button. It's going to download it right here, Deck Magic Online Red Black Eldrazi. Then we go back to Magic Online, right here in our collection page where we were before. And then what we want to do is go down here and click this deck box. This is the add a new deck to our collection button. So we click that. It gives us 2 options. First, we can actually create a deck. This will give us a blank deck list, and we can add cards in it in Magic Online. But we don't need to do that. It's much easier just to click import here, and we can just get that list we made on the Goldfish website. And it pops up a bunch of deck lists, because I've made a few other ones. But this is one we want, Magic Online Red Black Eldrazi. So we just click that. It automatically imports it. If you want to, you can change the name here. So let's see, we can get rid of the deck part. Let's just do Red Black Eldrazi. The format's standard. Then we can even choose a cool deck box. There's a bunch of different options. Red Black Eldrazi. What deck box fits Red Black Eldrazi? There's no actual, well, Sarkhan the Mad. That's a Red Black Planeswalker. So let's go with that as our deck box. So we just click OK. And then up pops our deck. Now, as you can see, a lot of these cards have this goldish border around them. That means the cards are not in our collection, and this exclamation point warning sign means that this deck isn't legal, and that's because we don't have all the cards yet. So we have the deck list here, and now the next step for us to be able to play this deck is we actually have to purchase the cards. So the deck will be legal, and we'll be able to jump in a tournament and start playing. So that is how you build a deck. That's how I build a deck, kind of bouncing back and forth between Magic Online and the Goldfish website. That's how you import the deck to Magic Online after downloading it from the Goldfish website. So up next, I'm going to show you how you go about purchasing the cards that we need to play our Red Black Eldrazi deck on Magic Online.